any money is going to go towards the promotion of this market, I really do not want it to come out of general fund. I'd rather it come out of something that's earmarked.
Right.
I agree.
To do something. So that would kind of be the discussion I'd like to have moving forward, so we can do that. Would be great.
Other questions, comments, Steve?
With regard to all these little pitfalls that we're talking about, thank you very much for your very insightful analysis that you distributed today. I found that very helpful, and it reduced my questions by over 50%.
Excellent. Paul?
Do we generate sales tax revenue out of this at all?
You know, that's a question. No.
Oh, would you repeat your question? I didn't hear you.
Sales tax.
Do we generate sales tax revenue out of
They
this?
haven't in the past.
Nobody collects tax on it.
Yeah.
It's just, if it's a dollar, it's a dollar.
Right. They probably, they may pay it internally, but it's,
Yeah,
you
if
know,
we were to do that, that
How
would.
about,
that would be.
The,
what about food carts and restaurants? Don't they have to pay tax?
well,
on-
they do quarterly
Carry
for
it.
their business tax, but it's not something that the market would
Carry
do.
it?
Yeah, you could be right for this, because it's, a service is rendered to it in completing the product.
I think if I buy soup at Safeway and eat it at Safeway, it's not taxed. If it's carryout, it's taxed.
I think it's the other way around. I think if you buy a can of soup and carry it out, there's no tax on it.
No, I meant hot soup,
Yeah.
deli,
If they
Chinese.
If they warm it up,
Right, if-
you pay
Chi-
the tax on it.
Right.
Chinese meal,
Carry
yeah,
It's the service rendered to it.
Right.
okay.
Regardless of whether you eat it in or take it
Okay.
outside, yeah.
Yep.
So there's still some things to work through on this though, so.
My suggestion, if there aren't any other comments, is just to make sure that we've got the council involved in this as well, is possibly to try and track this through the finance committee. And if you guys are amenable to that, to make sure that the questions are answered and the parts and pieces are there, or identifying where mail-ins may come out of or not come out of, and then be able to bring that back to the council itself for ratification.
If there's a substantial event, well, we didn't deal with the zip code issue. I'm just thinking along the lines of hotel motel in conjunction farmers market and the race, and kind of how that might be able to be melded together. So,
Oh, the motocross?
yeah, motocross.
Mary, Lisa, anything from, any questions, any? July's coming.
Okay.
Susan, any other questions on your side?
So this will be further discussed and, at any particular point to reach a decision?
You guys,
Time, date?
you guys have set times now for your meetings? I don't know.
When do you feel you need to send out your first flyer? We have a date that you're gonna wanna send it out
The
by?
first weekend is, the weekend of July 3rd.
I like the idea of pushing the market back into the middle of the summer.
Yes, and it's
I know
shorter
that's
weeks, yeah.
Always been a problem in the past is early in the year, there is no produce.
Right.
I mean, it's just not ready.
Right.
And it closed before a lot of the produce came in, so going through September, that's great also.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see if we can't get a meeting put together
Sure.
in the next couple of weeks. It'll take us a while to dig
Sure,
through some of the
and-
data.
and,
Yeah.
you know, let us know when you've got something. Generally, we don't make a point of coming in all at the same time to do AP, but
Right.
we're all in on Friday or Monday to do AP, so we could set a meeting.
Right,
Okay.
it wouldn't be hard.
We all happen to be here at the same time today.
And you're
All
close
right.
by, with
Thank
an hour's
you.
notice.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you found stormwater, sewer, and.
Actually, I found it very pertaining.
Trevor, I'm sorry, you had a couple, three other items.
Just to follow up
Quick
on
items.
the pedestrian tunnel easement, that was actually executed in January '09. There was some talk that we needed to do that. We wouldn't have been able to move forward with construction without an easement in place. So that was executed in '09. We're receiving bids on the basalt fascia work for the tunnel, both the north and south side, the wing walls, the entryways. There's about $200,000 available on that project. We were holding back potentially for the unforeseens for contamination or archaeological, opening up the state route. At this point, as you can tell, with the state route being opened back up, there's some opportunities to add a few things to the project. So we'll be getting those bids in. Also, we have a Osprey relocation project. We've had some issues down at the fire department with the cell tower.
Oh.
And
Goodness.
Verizon has taken it upon themselves, it won't be any cost to the city, but they want to put in a raptor pole to the west of the tower to see if it can, because it's going to become nesting season, and they think it'd be the appropriate time to try to relocate that Osprey. But they have a lot of issues with their cell tower monitoring equipment. So anyway, when you see that, you'll know why. E Street, we had submitted to USDA for additional funds for the project. That'll be coming before you in mid-March to rescind that application since it's no longer needed. I just want to formalize that with USDA. Also working on the amendment for the scope of work since the project's been rescoped. That's going to be a no additional fee rescope, shifting of sub-consultants. And we're also working on the criteria. I've had some conversation with some council members and Mayor Guard about E Street and what exactly we're going to track to see how successful or unsuccessful the project is, and be able to get that routed to council. Beyond that, that's it for Public Works.
Quick question. On the tunnel project, is what we're talking about the high school petroglyph project?
No, that's separate. The basalt fascia is the actual rock for the north and south side of the tunnel for the wing walls and for the entryway on the top of the tunnel.
There were a couple of pieces out here in the lobby.
Is the petroglyph project still part of the project?
Yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Trevor? Dave?
On the E Street project, we talked about the possibility of restriping it if it wasn't working for us 5 years down the road. The cost of redoing that is around $160,000 because you'd have to slurry seal for 2 miles of it to get the old stripes off and then put the new stripes on. Looking at that over a 5-year period, that's about $32,000 a year. I'd really like to see us put $32,000 a year aside towards that so that it doesn't come at us all at once as a $160,000 chunk plus inflation.
Right.
Based on what we find out on the evaluation. And then if the evaluation says this is a great success, wonderful, we've got $160,000 we can use somewhere else. But $32,000 a year isn't going to kill us. $160,000 is a big fight.
One chunk. Let's see, as we go through our budgeting process, if we can't find a way to do that and or some of the potential savings from street funds and that type of stuff directly set it aside. A good suggestion. Other questions for Trevor? RJ, you've got an update with Mr. Lewis on his scheduling.
Yeah, Mr. Lewis will be starting tomorrow. He'll be here at 9. He's going to reside